fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The day I met Arasunu, the king of the jungle, isn't a memory at all. It's branded, etched onto my very skin, not with pain, though there was a tremor of fear, but with a claiming. A possessive mark that hums beneath my touch even now. The air that morning was thick, almost suffocating, heavy with the scent of recent rain and something else, something undeniably asterisk him. A wild, musky fragrance, layered with the sweetness of blooming night flowers and the damp earth, stirred a hunger I hadn't known I possessed. It wasn't a simple craving, but a deep, primal yearning that resonated in my bones. My mother's fever raged, each breath a shallow, rattling rasp that tore at my heart. Old Man Hemlock, the village healer, shook his head, his face etched with grim resignation. He spoke of moonpetal, a rare herb guarded by the jungle's oldest magic, a bloom said to hold the very essence of life. A fool's errand, he'd called it, a whispered condemnation. The jungle doesn't give up its treasures easily, Ilara. In Arasunu, he doesn't take kindly to trespassers. But a daughter doesn't weigh risk against reward, doesn't calculate odds when her mother's life hangs in the balance. Not when the woman who raised you, who taught you the names of the stars and the songs of the wind, is fading before your eyes. I moved deeper into the forbidden woods, the damp earth cool and yielding beneath my bare feet. Each step was a trespass, a silent plea to whatever ancient gods watched over this place. I hadn't bothered with shoes, they felt wrong, disconnected. I needed to feel the earth to draw strength from it. The jungle pressed in, a living, breathing entity. Vines, slick with moisture, brushed against my skin, raising goose flesh despite the humid air. The scent of decay mingled with the vibrant life, a constant reminder of the cycle of birth and death. I clutched the woven basket tighter, the empty space within a stark representation of my desperation. A growl low and possessive echoed through the trees, vibrating in my chest. It wasn't a threat, not exactly. It lacked the sharp edge of aggression, more like a warning, a claiming of territory, or perhaps a claiming of me. My breath hitched. I told myself it was just a large cat, a jungle predator protecting its domain. But even as the thought formed, I knew it was a lie. This was different. This felt intentional. I pushed through a curtain of emerald leaves, thick and heavy with dew, and stopped, breathless. The air shifted, becoming charged, electric. He was there, Arasunu. Leaning against a colossal tree, its roots like grasping fingers buried deep within the earth, sunlight dappling his bare chest, turning his skin to burnished gold. He wasn't as monstrous as the stories painted him. Not at all. He was beautiful, a dangerous, untamed beauty that stole the air from my lungs and left me trembling. His skin was the color of rich mahogany, marked with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and flow like living shadows. His hair, a cascade of raven black, was woven with feathers and beads falling to his waist, but it was his eyes that held me captive. Green, the color of the deepest jungle canopy, flecked with gold, they fixed on me with an intensity that felt like a physical touch. They weren't cold or predatory, but observant, calculating. As if he were stripping away my layers, seeing straight through to my soul. He didn't move, didn't speak, he simply watched, and in that moment I felt utterly, irrevocably exposed. Every insecurity, every hidden desire, every secret fear seemed to surface, laid bare before his gaze. It was terrifying and yet exhilarating. A slow burn ignited in my belly, a dangerous heat that had nothing to do with my mother's fever. It started as a flicker, a tiny spark, and quickly blossomed into a roaring flame. My palms grew slick with sweat, my heart hammered against my ribs, and my knees threatened to buckle beneath me. The warmth of his gaze spread through me, a gentle caress that left me aching for more. It wasn't a lustful heat, but something deeper, something more profound, a recognition, a connection. It felt like coming home to a place I'd never been before. I wanted to look away to break the spell, but I couldn't. I was frozen, captivated, lost in the depths of his emerald eyes. He finally moved, a slow, deliberate unfolding of muscle and grace. He pushed himself away from the tree, his movements fluid and silent as a panther. He wasn't large, not in the way I'd imagined. Lean and powerfully built, yes, but not imposing. He moved with a confidence that radiated from him, filling the space around us. He stopped a few feet away, close enough that I could feel the heat radiating from his body, close enough to smell the intoxicating scent of him. "You are brave," he said, his voice a low rumble that resonated through the jungle. It wasn't a compliment, not exactly, more like an observation, or foolish. He tilted his head, studying me with an unnerving intensity, perhaps both. My voice felt trapped in my throat. I swallowed hard, trying to find the courage to speak. "My mother, she's sick. I need moonpetal." A flicker of something unreadable crossed his face. Moon petal is not freely given. I know, I whispered, my voice barely audible. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. The words felt weak, pathetic, but they were honest. I would face any challenge, endure any hardship to save my mother. He stepped closer, invading my personal space. I should have flinched, should have backed away, but I didn't. I couldn't. I was too mesmerized, too captivated by his presence. He reached out, his fingers brushing against my cheek, sending a jolt of electricity through my body. His touch was surprisingly gentle, considering his imposing stature. "Whatever it takes," he murmured, his voice a silken whisper against my skin. His eyes searched mine, looking for a lie, a hesitation. "Are you certain, little one?" I met his gaze, refusing to break contact. "Yes," I said, my voice stronger this time. "I am." A slow smile curved his lips, a dangerous, predatory expression that sent shivers down my spine. "Then perhaps," he said, his voice laced with a hint of amusement, "we have a bargain."